Hello, and welcome back to Frostpunk 2. So, we have some problems. We essentially have a shortage of absolutely everything, except from workers. As long as we can get everyone put to work, we should be fine here. But it's getting that done. At the moment, we're losing some of our heat stamps from an unmet demand for goods, but we also don't want to lose too many people because we're not housed for any reason. So, we're working on an expansion on this housing district over here. We will see what this is going to do.
This is how they learn.
We've now got... That did not provide much. So really we don't want to be expanding these districts, more that we want to be building entirely new ones. So better to do that than to expand what was already there. Right. Let's roll. So 35 heat stamps. Relations with the Frostlanders improve. You kept your word. Nice. Oh, we did that research, didn't we? Yeah, we did that already. We're going to need to construct some districts then. So extraction. And then industrial. We'll need some heat stamps in order to do this.
Stewart.
Squalor is growing. It's risen to a concerning level, ensures steady supply of materials for maintenance. Yep. Oh, we're doing that, don't we? Materials are being produced. We're getting a new district right now. A law is opposed. Heat demand in housing is increased. Negotiate. If we want this to go through, the new Londons are partially open. Law, mass-produced goods. In order to overcome scarcity, we will organise our production lines to increase goods production. This is a step toward progress. Research building, advanced blasting coal mine, or chemical hothouse, which gives us some food output. This could be quite good. Unlocks excessive fertilisation district ability, which increases food output and disease. Which is a good thing. Maybe the disease there should be in red. We'll go with this. This looks like a good idea. Let's enact that. Okay, let us vote.
The eyes have it.
Good. Now, let's have a look. So, housing is getting pretty bad.
Has passed in the council. Take heed.
So we need another week worth of heat stamps. 2, 3. Oh, there we are. We've got the heat stamps. Are these not connected then here? Right, I see. So there's an issue. We'd have to cut that out there. We could... Near extraction district. There's enough room up here to do it, isn't there? Get rid of those there. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. would recover some heat from that. That will produce goods. We still need a new housing district.
Forecasts call for colder temperatures. Take action.
We will hit a warm spell in a few weeks, so it won't be too bad. But we want to get this housing problem sorted. I don't have to research mass-produced goods, do I? I don't think we do. Right, let's get this sorted then, so this will speed up. There we are. So these can produce goods or prefabs. It's producing some goods, but it's not enough goods. Right, we'll frost break. See if we can get another one over there. We're going to need more industrial districts here. And yeah, we are struggling with materials.
Beware of frostbite. Keep your face and ears covered.
Well, if we're not meeting the good demand, sod it, just produce some prefabs. Ruby King, 27 Apothecary. For years, suggesting anything against the captain meant close scrutiny from stalwarts, but despite the BS booming from their speakers, we managed to find our own way. Kept to our principles, stayed frugal, put families first, watched out for our neighbours, continued our traditions. Now we have a council. Maybe it's time for us to stop dreaming and make a change. Council has inspired people to suggest new ideas about the city's future.
Now officially recognized by the city.
The
Pilgrim
Pilgrims.
delegates will be joining the next council session.
They dislike the blasting coal mine and machine-centric shifts. They've organised into a faction, 727 in size. The Pilgrims form a resilient, spiritual community held together by the bonds of tradition. Their manifest. Adaptation. The generator is a monument to arrogance. We must cast it off, adapt and become free. Equality. Individuals should give to the whole all they can and take from it only what they need. Tradition. We must tread well-worn paths or risk plunging into the abyss. Unlock. Deploy guides. Community action. Experienced pilgrims with deep knowledge of the frost will guide scout teams. Scout volunteers provides frostland teams. Right. They seek to pass community service, contagion prevention and funerals. Well, expedition support service, support of quarantine and ceremonial funerals. For those, yeah, things there. They are 5% of the city, they're a tiny minority. Stalwarts are up to 9%. The New Londoners are nearly 60% of everyone, so we need to please these, keep these moderately happy, but these are the ones we need to please. These are basically loyalists, essentially. 1 week, 2 days, recession's nearly done. And this is dug out, right? What do we need? Prefabs. We need 100 and... How much? God damn, we need so many. Right, the prefabs have to go on building more materials, factories and more industrial districts, because, good lord, we cannot meet these demands. And that's the point as well. If I just pause it here, can we just... Interesting. Right, okay. And yeah, new extraction will cost 150 to get more materials. 100 to make another industrial. These produce 150-ish. Yeah, 150, so we need at least 2 more more extraction districts. Thankfully, there's tons of wood. They will last hundreds of weeks. We can pass that new law, survival, goods. So good demand per capita slightly decreased. Mass-produced goods proposed is supported. We can pass it easy. Nice, easy one to pass.
Hear ye, hear ye. The votes are in. The measure passes.
So we're doing well. Our main 2 factions like us.
A
Things are good
law
there.
has passed in the council. Take heed.
District where we need those materials in. Let's put the overdrive on for a little bit while we've got this cold weather. Prefabs are at 90. We can also... What would it cost now? $10 prefabs, 2 weeks, 50, 10 scout teams. We can do that. Get that trail connected up now.
The steward appreciates all your adoring letters. and will answer personally in due time.
Come on, warmer season. Right. Neil Sinkfield, 38, housewife. Oh, Nell, not Neil. Alright, Neil, a housewife? What? Lil Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as the generator. It's them Turners. I know it's them. They've got that new flu. And here they are, strolling about the neighbourhood, carrying on with their business. They're killing people. That's what they're doing. Please, Lord Almighty, I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's got to get through to them. The lack of a law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension. Contagion prevention, then. We need something looking at that. Ooh, we're running out of coal. So,
Stewart.
some of the coal deposits in this district will soon run out. The stalwarts and New Londoners believe they can use explosives to access deeper veins. The Frostlanders say we should send children for restoring the tighter tunnels. Some did this as kids themselves in the abandoned mine outpost, and they survived unscathed. Yes, some of them, I'm sure. Some. Should we support any of these ideas to extend the deposit? Explosives. Available coal will increase by 10%. Child volunteers increase by 15%. Avoid all risks. Let's go with that. So does this now need to... Ah, I think I understand. So that needs to meet here where our bottom logistics district is, doesn't it? 10 more prefabs. It's fine. Okay. In there, between the other districts. Right, so we're about to get that permanent fuel source that we've been after. Right. And then we can get both of these districts making prefabs, which will quickly produce us okay. Can we repair? Oh, that's a lot.
Please dispatch gift boxes to the...
The fire's broken out. If we don't react, we'll lose the mine along with the deposit. Some of the stalwarts engaged in the rescue efforts insist we can still save the mine by cutting off the air supply to the shaft and suffocating the flames. But some miners are still making their way out. It will suffocate them too. We'll save a deposit. Some miners will die. The miners will be saved. The blasting coal mine will be destroyed, and the district's remaining coal is reduced by half.
Memorial will be held this evening to honor those who gave their lives in the mines.
100 gone. Ooh. Granted. So how much coal did we save from that? We've got 40 weeks worth from that mine. That's substantial. That is a substantial amount, that. Right. Prefabs are coming in thick and fast. Squalor goes up if we're too close to that district, because it's an industrial district next to a housing district, which you're not meant to do. Right. Right, we're now getting quite a lot in stamps. Well, actually, it's not much more than what we previously were getting. Right, this will be constructed soon. Right. Excellent job. Alan Hoover, miner, missing his father. My father was a miner. He lifted twice as much as any man on Outpost 11, where that steel was our ticket to trade with the city, our ticket to survive. I'd rather dig one grave than 100, he'd say. I know if he had to make the call, he would have shut off the air himself. When I go down the shaft and past the spot where he died, I brush the dark rock with my hand, knowing he'd be proud. Save the blasting coal mine from the fire. Right, we've got some spare prefabs. Let's get these repaired before any accidents happen. Right. Squalor is getting severe. Significantly increased by material scarcity. So we really need those materials now. Okay. I've really screwed up there, haven't I? But yeah, we'll have to do it. I hate to, because it costs the same amount even if you only do 2 squares. But I can put a district there and a district over here. Tensions are severe, extremely increased by the severe squalor and the notable disease. So we really need to get a handle on this material problem. But now, how's about we shut off one of these districts here? In fact, we can shut off the industrial districts entirely. And that should start diminishing. Stockpile is full. Wow. Okay, hello. In that case... Now we can coast for a while without any coal. Let our material stockpiles grow. Okay. We do need those prefabs.
Please dispatch gift boxes to the steward by post to avoid unnecessary queuing.
Tensions should start to go down now, yeah. So we'll need some prefabs, and then we're going to get more prefabs, make more material districts. Nice and simple. Right. Repaired. Diminishing. Right. We'll speed up time. And that's giving us a nice amount of coal. In the meantime, can we get that dismantled? Oh, some of our team's overworking on that. Right, I understand. So it requires 10 constantly, it looks like, on that. So we'll probably need another logistics district. We can probably look at researching something in the meantime. Do I have anything that I've promised to anyone at the moment? I have not got that. Right, okay. We were looking at disease prevention, I think, weren't we? Food additives, worker shifts, contagion prevention. So disease is decreased, tension is slightly increased. So infectious badge. Contagious people will be required to wear a badge that allows others to limit their interactions with them if they deem it appropriate. That could go in the wrong direction, I think. Contagious people will be placed in quarantine and cared for by the city in dedicated accommodation. Supported quarantine. I think people are generally... yeah, so they're more for this. Shelter demand per capita is slightly increased. Disease is significantly decreased though. People are more willing to go with the badge than they are for the supported quarantine. But this is probably more effective. Pilgrims support that. Stalwarts support this. Frostlanders are open to negotiate. Newlanders are as well, and they have a ton of people. Vote for build mechanical factory. They want us to do some research. Mechanized sword mill loading frozen wood directly into mulching machines to separate used materials. Okay, maybe that's what we want to go for. Yeah, so I think either of these, we can either improve our industrial districts or our material districts. Right now we really need that material, so let's go for the mechanized sawmill. Right, we can accept those terms, and we can go for the vote. We've now got some laws passed for quarantines. There we go. We won't have much problem with illness now. On that note, let's get that research done before we forget. So it is a resource bit of research, sawmills, and we agreed to their proposal. We've got the heat stamps for it,
A
we're good to
law
go.
has passed in the council. Take heed.
Right, we're now producing a nice amount of prefabs every few weeks. Squalor is going down.
Hear us.
Growing hunger. Yep. We need to build a few more districts. We just need the prefabs and we're probably good to go. Okay, so abandoned ruins. Prefabs. 400 of them. I didn't even notice we had those, and there's some over here. Okay. If we get prefabs, put an extraction district here, we can get a lot of them quickly that will solve this problem. And that might tide us over to the point where we're getting a permanent solution to this then. Right. I think that's a good shout. So we'll go for that next. I think we've got enough. Right.
Please.
Coal
exercise
stockpiles
caution,
are beginning to go
even
down.
in quarantine. Does not make you invulnerable to others.
Let's have a look then. Maybe factories then. We could improve something. So salvaging factory is proposed by the Pilgrims and the Frostlanders. It gives us some prefabs and good outputs. Disease is slightly increased, and so is heat demand. Large facility using discarded prefabs and goods, no matter how soiled, to manufacture new ones with minimal resources. So it's basically a recycling plant. Mechanical factory, so the amount of workforce is less, materials requirement is higher. Squalor is slightly increased, or we can have disease slightly increased. These require more heat. But we have to keep in mind as well that these represent 31% of the city, whereas these represent all the rest. I think we can go with this idea. Should make them happy. Right. Oh, we really need that housing district, don't we? Those prefabs are nicely coming along now. That's producing 15 a week that we're salvaging. Right, housing. We need prefabs. 200 exactly. There we go. Let's put a pause on there just for a moment. Right. Okay. That looks good to me. In fact, can we put one over here? Probably best off putting it over here, aren't we? Right. Sumiller apprentice. Ouch. These spindles, Miss Boss Lady keeps joking I'll fall asleep and get woken up by a prince. I don't get it. If a prince came near me, I'd rob him blind, then make him do the spinning. But it's alright. Gonna beat my record today, nice strong yarn. Auntie Mabel says if I can weave, I can work with her at the mill. Beats freezing in the streets. Right. So the apprenticeships are working, to an extent at least. What we kind of need to do now then, we just need to get we've more or less got a handle on the materials and goods, right? I'll not lie, we're going to need more, but we're producing a large amount of prefabs from this. It'll eventually go, but in the meantime we can probably put these onto goods, I guess. Once we've got, I would say we'll stockpile a bunch of prefabs right now, build up some of these buildings that we need, like we need a food district next, we're going to need 200 prefabs for that. So we've got 100, 140. Right, food. Bam, 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 bam. Bam.
Stupid.
Isolated children supported quarantine. The complaints about our quarantine policy. Forced separation from loved ones is difficult for all when they have to go into quarantine. It's especially hard for parents whose children are quarantined alone. One such mother comes to a quarantine facility every day, asking to be allowed to take care of her son. He's definitely afraid of being alone. He can't cope without me, she pleads. Should we allow healthy parents into the facility with their sick children? Supportive quarantine marginally decreases the percentage of active workers. Relations slightly improve with pilgrims. Relations worsen with the pilgrims. Well, we don't want there to be disease risk though as well. I'm guessing that's probably going to lead on to something else where it's like, oh, and they came out and spread it everywhere. Right. We're getting a nice amount of prefabs though. That should hopefully, for the most part, solve our food issue. And it looks like that new housing district has not solved our housing issue, which is worrisome. So we still need more housing. Hopefully this will help toward fixing the food.
Stupid.
Longing of a little heart. The young boy whose mother knocks on the gates of a quarantine camp every day is faring very badly. Our doctors cannot fully explain why he does not respond to medications like other patients. They feel the child may never recover. Right. anything saying to us about cores there. Right, let's have a look. See what else we could do here. Food additives. Forage additives, chemical additives. Citizens will provide some food. Food production efficiency is increased. Foraged additives. Only natural foraged ingredients may be added to food. We will train people to forage for these in the Frostland. Citizens may provide some food. Really? There's that many against it? New Londoners, they're like, I'm not having like mushrooms and things added to my food. How dare you? Not that big of a deal. Paid essentials. To foster responsibility and reward work, citizens will be charged a small fee in exchange for essentials such as basic rations and clothing. Production efficiency is slightly increased. Heat stamps are increased. Or we can get more trust. I've got plenty of trust. We need heat stamps and production efficiency. I think that we can... What's this? Guided voting can't be invoked because charter law must be enforced. Okay. I think that can pass. There's a lot more for than against. I think that could go to 4.
Hear ye, hear ye. The eyes
Just.
have it.
But we don't need to make any deals with anyone now. Lovely. Let's see if we can be researching something as well in the meantime. Maybe on the hothouses. Industrial size hothouse where organic waste ferments in large vats, fertilizing revolving shelves of crops, and they're wanting the same thing. So let's see, workforce requirement. Generally it's higher with these guys, it's higher with these two and lower with these because these like machine assisted stuff. But food output would be higher with them, lower with these. Squalor is increased, disease increased, heat demand. I think we're just going to have to go with these guys because we've got good disease prevention now, but squalor is getting out of hand, and we could use the extra output.
People of the city, your council has voted.
Right. We're going to need more houses again, still. Right. Abe Chambers, 90, former shipwright. Longing to join his wife and beyond. 90 years old, 9 summers, well winters, more like. I've had a good life, I guess. I've had a life anyway. Not everyone in this old in the old Queen of Q can say the same. I always thought I'd be sharing my leader's grave, but now Pete's pressuring me to donate my body to the city. Apparently them doctors are using dead folks' skin to fix up frostbite or something. Can't they leave me alone? Haven't I been through enough? Need a law regulating funerals. Oh, we can look at that soon. We have... Then, so... Food is very close to being solved. We're looking at a hothouse, so building a hothouse will probably finish off the food problem. We've got ongoing construction here.
The price of gruel has been reduced this week only.
Right, we can now move these onto goods, I think, for a while. We still don't get any benefit from that. Oh no, oh yeah. We're getting income now from... The good demand is more or less met. So we're not doing bad. And we're still getting some prefabs from this. Right. So we now need more workers. Right, and we're going to need to do some repairs.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
What does this even mean? Demolish this building. Or does it mean it's contacting a housing district or something? Don't know. Anyway. Squalor is finally gone. Crime, disease, and hunger. We've just about stabilised. Which means we definitely want to put a save down. I'm actually a bit surprised how well that has stabilised. We'll overwrite our first save, leapfrog over, there we go. So YT campaign 1 is now the latest one on week 152. We've already gone quite far in with this. We've still got plenty of coal left. We haven't found a permanent solution, but we have found a very long-lasting solution. It will go for a very long time at this weather, and then it's going to get to a warmer season. But in that time, we're probably going to burn through this coal pretty quick. Once we've collected these prefabs, we might want to, yeah, turn this back on. We're going to need more people. And that's the problem now. Our workforce is a bit heavy at the moment. We can't even frost break. We'll need to turn something off. So we might want to... I mean, if we turn off the goods factories, we'll get fewer stamps for a while. But we could drill our way over to the next way station here. And it's probably a good idea then to really explore this. We'll build a new logistics district. And I think we want to Yeah, get looking into some of this. So we need to find a permanent solution. So 25 teams, 20 teams, 25 teams. Let's have a look. If we rummage around, like this has got a quest marker on, so maybe it would be in here. 30 years ago, the Imperial Exploration Company landed here to build the region's generators. A few hastily dismantled piers still stick out of the ice, a faded reminder of their short-lived purpose. The mountains. After measuring the winds from these peaks, the Empire's surveyors selected the sites of the generators, including New London and Winterhome. Okay. Bypass. A passage here will allow us to pass through the mountains. And even though lower than the ridgeline near the coast, the area is notorious for unpredictable avalanches. So possible finds of cores and food, cores and prefabs, and just materials over here. The Gorge. Hallmark approach to New London, promising a safe return home. Rumours of wise women in these hills who tell stories of the old world. Some young women complained the infirmary could not treat their ailments. They sought out these hills and never returned. Sparking rumours they had become wise women themselves. Possibly people, cores and prefabs. Okay. None of them say, oh yeah, don't worry, there's, you know, coal over here. None of them are screaming coal. We could go here just because there's an objective marker, so maybe we head there. We could also bring these back. Ooh. Okay, this is probably what we do. We need a stable source of heat to bring all of them back. Can we come back for the rest later? Because we could do with those right now. Get those thousands through, bring them to New London, and get them to work. That's a good shout. Right. I think I'm going to call it here for the episode. But yeah, we'll probably grab these, bring them back next time. That's our new supply of workers. We then... So we'll have to turn off the goods factories in the meantime. But hey, that'll allow us to stockpile a few materials. That'll be nice. Then all we need to do is set up more logistics buildings, get more food. We're gonna really have to look at food. We can put more around here. I think we're gonna have to start smashing through this. We can do it on the way to the way station, just smash through all this. Right. There's also a source of prefabs over here. We should definitely dig into those. And get more materials here. So once we've got these workers, because that's the thing right now, we no longer have much in the way of material needs. Like, our resources are pretty good actually. We're only running small deficits, so people are only mildly miffed at us. But if we can get the prefab, if we can get these prefabs, get these workers in, and really go to town and all this, we can easily bump all these up, start filling our stores, and start really exploring the wasteland and finding out where that coal is. Right, thank you very much for watching. This has been Frostpunk 2, and I will see you next time where we'll get started with getting into all that. I'll see you then.